What's going on, everybody? Welcome to this edition of Gin and Tonic. I'm your host, as always, John J. II, and boy, do we have an episode for you. Today, we're going to be talking about the Phoenix Suns, their management, and it's going to be interesting. Going to be a little bit dicey. Going to be a little bit hot and heavy. But that's what we love over here at Gin Promotions, at the Gin Sports Network. We love controversy. We love scandal because we love covering it. We love talking about it, all different angles, and then also sprinkling in there our expertise and our opinions of the current issue at hand. So it's going to be a very exciting episode here today. November 4th, 2021. Missed my Gin and Tonic last week. Took a little bit of a hiatus. Listen, it's nothing major, nothing too much to read into. I was in Quintana Roo, Mexico, Playa del Carmen, and I just had to take a week off, decompress, had to get a couple drinks, and just kind of take a week off and get away from the big cities, from the big business ideas, things of that nature. Just had to decompress, get away from it so I could come back rejuvenated and re-energized. So got a big topic for you guys today. Going to be a good gin and tonic to cover for last week where we missed the gin and tonics. And so enjoy this episode. Today we're going to be talking about Robert Sarver, the owner of the Phoenix Suns and the Phoenix Suns franchise, a big wig, if you will, in the Phoenix Suns realm. The Phoenix Suns franchise, a lot that has gone on, obviously led by Monty Williams, the head coach of the Suns, they've seen a lot of success as of late in their locker room and on the basketball floor. Basketball court, locker room, listen, it's a lot going on. They've seen a lot of success. Devin Booker, Chris Paul, I can go on and on about these guys. Got a great team. But what goes on behind closed doors that people don't see, that's what we have to talk about. So Vince Carter came out today and basically told the people of ESPN, told the world of sports, that there's some things going on behind closed doors that people might need to know about in light of the John Gruden scandal with the Las Vegas Raiders, which ended in his demise, chose his destiny for him. There's a lot of allegations going on of racism, of misogyny, of certain lewd comments that have been made behind closed doors and on emails that are in writing that you can hold in your hand that are basically serving as a transcript for the things that went on that people didn't see. You know, there's a lot of things that we see on TV, on ESPN, on different media outlets where it's all there. It's all right in front of you. But that's only a small percentage of what meets the eye. So Robert Sarver, he was known as the guy that had, he had all the locker room talk. He was one of your boys. He was one of the guys you could sit down and crack a case of Busch Light with and have a couple beers with him. And he's just one of those guys. So he really, with that type of atmosphere, he also engaged in a lot of locker room talk. That being using the N-word, expletives that are very, of racist nature, of misogynistic nature. And obviously big no-nos if you're a bigwig, especially an owner. I can see if you're a player doing that, it's locker room talk, even a coach or whatever. I can see it happening. I can't condone it. I can't say that's fine to do, no matter if it's behind closed doors or not. If something happens, if you ruffle some feathers, people are going to talk about it. And especially if you use it and use these certain words in a derogatory nature, in a derogatory situation, there's going to be some feathers that get ruffled. And there's going to be people that are pissed off. They might come back to get you and might leak the news to the media. You never know what's going to happen. So you got to steer clear of all this behavior, even if it's all in good fun, even if it's not in bad taste at all. You got to steer clear of it. Robert, got to steer clear of it. You didn't do that. Now you're receiving the heat. So Earl Watson, a previous coach of the Phoenix Suns, also came out and talked to reporters about lewd comments that he made regarding Draymond Green, how he was able to use the N-word on the basketball court, in different areas. And obviously there's a rhetoric where between African-American athletes, that is part of their construct, that's part of their vocabulary that they use, and that's something that they can call each other. They're exclusively allowed to use that word. That's kind of an unspoken rule, right? Unspoken rule. They say it in conversation. No big deal, right? No big deal. If you have a white coach, any coach really, anyone in a higher position using that word, it's not a good look. Okay, basically it's not a good look. So you got certain people talking, you got people, conversating. If this guy's reaching any hot water, he's in it. It's like a hot tub, but turn it up a couple hundred degrees because he's boiling. and he is going to face the wrath. I think he's going to really get the butt end of the stick, and he's not going to see the light of day after this one. As far as I'm concerned, doesn't look good for Robert Sarver. Vince Carter's coming out and saying these things. Obviously a very strong guy, very reputable human being in the sports world, both as a player and now as an analyst and a reporter and a broadcaster. So you got to look at these things and you got to take them objectively, take them with a grain of salt, do your own research and find out what you need to know, because there's a lot that comes with this. It's very layered, it's very intense, it's very dynamic, it's very complex. So, just to talk about Vince Carter a little bit, he obviously played for the Suns, so he knows the ins and outs of the Suns franchise, of the coaching staff, of the higher-ups, the bigwigs. He knows what's going on, okay? He knows what's going on. He also came out and said in an interview today that it really didn't hurt anybody, so he didn't feel the need to say anything about it at that time. Certain things are coming out now, so now it's really easy to pile on, right? That might be the mindset. But if some people are getting hurt, if there's some things that are coming out, these allegations, these things that are going to come out of the closet, these skeletons are going to reemerge. They're going to grow, they're going to grow a sense of living. They're going to grow a soul. And they're going to walk right out of that closet and show themselves. They're going to show their face. And that's the thing. They're going to rear their ugly head. And that's just the case in this one. So it's just kind of a big scandal surrounding the Phoenix Suns franchise. It's not a good look for Robert Sarver, not a good look for anybody in a higher up position within the Phoenix Suns franchise, within the coaching staff, or anyone that took place in this type of behavior. It's not a good look. And, especially with investigations going on, you're going to find paper trails, I'm sure, that have the similar language involved. And it's just not a good look all around. It's a very bad look. It taints your entire legacy, taints everything that you've already done up to this point. So I'm really feeling for Robert Sarver, not in a feel bad for him way, but just to feel bad for what he's going through and the fact that he did these certain things, made these decisions, and he has to go through it and face the music. Similar to the John Gruden situation, I don't feel bad for him in regards to what he did and his behaviors, but the fact that he has to really look at everybody else in the face, just look at everyone in the face now, and that's a reflection of his legacy. I feel bad that has to happen to anybody that's in a higher up position, or somebody that's a face of the league, someone that's a face of the sport that they're coaching or playing or taking part in. So a lot of controversy. Nothing that's a surprise over here, though, at Gin Promotions, at the Gin Sports Network. Nothing that we're too surprised to cover. And a lot more things. We talked about this with the John Gruden thing. A lot more things like this are going to come out. This happens everywhere, folks. Happens everywhere. Only one thing has to happen, and then the entire floodgates get released. The Kraken get released. Everybody is under fire. Everyone's being investigated. Everybody's being looked at under a microscope. And that's just the truth of it. That's just the truth of it. It's going to happen more. This is not the last time you'll hear about this. There's going to be a lot of cases that come out across different leagues. I'm talking the NBA. I'm talking the MLB. I'm talking the NFL. I'm talking even the NHL maybe. So we'll see what happens. We'll see how things transpire, and we'll see how things end up. Still haven't really heard much about John Gruden and what he's doing, what he's up to. Is there any repercussions that he's going to face going forward? Is he going to show his face on ESPN at a podium ever again, at a conversation table, at a round table? Will he show his face? Probably not, but we don't know. We don't know his fate, his true fate yet. What is he doing on a day-to-day basis? Is he taking up painting? Is he taking up hobbies? Can he show his face anywhere in a public setting ever again? These are questions we have that need answers. So stay tuned, as this is a developing story, and we'll keep you guys posted. Make sure to stay tuned and posted to our social media outlets. Follow our link tree. It is in our bio and our description of all the Gin and Tonic videos. And I look forward to a lot more videos coming soon. A lot of stuff coming, a lot of brand new content coming your way through different mediums. So it's going to be very exciting. Stay with us along the way. It's going to be awesome. So I'll leave it at that, guys. Thank you for tuning into this edition of Gin and Tonic. I'm your host, as always, John J. II. Have a great night.